Guys, and welcome to another sort of long vlog. We are pro rodeoing again. There you can see Dakota has had his fly mask all messed up. This time we are staying in Texas. We are going all over Texas, but again, staying in Texas. You can see I'm feeding them dinner here. I have a run this night on Dakota to kick off our little trip this time. There I'm bringing Chester his scoop of Purina Senior. They only get supplements in the morning, so if they don't have supplements, you know I'm feeding them dinner. Here the fence is still on, that's why I'm being weird about my arm, as I'm trying not to get zapped while trying to fix Dakota's fly mask, but I decided to just go ahead, go turn off that fence and take it off. He's not going to need it anyway, so I just pulled that right off. We are in Marshall, Texas for a pro rodeo, and there hasn't been a pro rodeo here for 500 years, so everybody is kind of figuring everything out. We're in the performance tonight, so I'm going to go see if I can check in and find an order of events because they like to make the order different everywhere. And I slept through a concert last night, so there's a lot going on.
Jonesboro, Arkansas, Sadie Miller. Jonesboro lady, all right, Sadie. You know you make me wanna kick my heels up and shout, throw my hands up and shout, we'll bring them up the alleyway. Come on, let's give a little help to the Razorback Cowgirl here tonight, folks. Easing in, and here we go. Yep, I like it. Oh no, dos, tres, rapido. I like it. How about a $13.99 for the Arkansas lady? Oh yeah, big time. That'll move her to number 2.
Last night, Dakota had a really awesome run and got us second in the whole rodeo, so we got a really nice check. And he was the fastest in our perf, so it was really good. I was really happy with it. Now we are heading off to Lubbock, Texas, which I think is about 7 hours away, and it's going to be freezing there. Dakota has on his hood to keep his braids clean because he will make them dirty. And I brought their blankets. Tragically, I really hate cold weather, but it's going to be really cold in Lubbock, so that is where we are off to next. Now we have made it to Lubbock, Texas, and let me tell you, we just went from comfortable weather to terrible weather. Right now in this video it's like 20 degrees with intense cold, nasty wind. It had been raining. It was just absolutely disgusting. I do not recommend it. But here I am getting both the boys out and into their stalls at this little horse hotel we are staying at. You can see Dakota has been keeping on his hood to keep those braids nice and protected in the trailer that Alfalfa likes to blow everywhere. So I really want to make sure I keep it out of his mane when I do work so hard to keep it clean. Here they're kind of visiting with their neighbors, and we throw them some alfalfa. Especially when it's cold, I like to keep them with constant forage because that eating actually does help keep them warm. Dreadfully, after we get them this alfalfa, I am going to blanket them. Thankfully, I had ordered these blankets literally right before I left. You can see how windy it is, and I'm fighting it to try and get these stupid blankets on. So here you can see me struggling, and Dakota, of course, wants to just run away from me and make it really, really hard to do this. see, Dakota is nice and snuggly, so it's time to get Chester's blanket on, and whoever's pony this was having a really great time in all that cold, icy weather we were having, and I enlisted a little bit of help with this pony, but he also made us chase him around. He wasn't quite as bad as Dakota was, and especially because I did have help this time, we got him kind of cornered. I know they were very happy in their blankets. It's just getting them on, especially because these blankets have a closed front. So I do have to slip it over their heads. For some reason, it makes them run away a lot more, but I think they fit really, really well and keep them really snug. I want to make sure they don't get too cold or anything, especially because this wind was really, really cold and it was blowing like cold rain everywhere. I don't know. It was so terrible, okay? I was not having it at all. Now we're going to give them way more alfalfa while I do his little leg straps here in the back to keep the blanket in place. We're giving him a bunch of alfalfa again to keep him eating, keep him warm. We are currently in Lubbock, Texas right now for the rodeo. The slack is tomorrow. I had to do slack here so that we can make another rodeo this weekend. The boys are snuggled up in their blankets, which I'm so glad I ordered because they did not really have blankets. And when we got home from Florida, I was like, okay, I'll go ahead and order some blankets for the winter. Well, when we get here, it was 20 degrees, it was windy, it was terrible, it was so cold. So I'm really glad that they are in their blankets right now. It's warmed up quite a bit, but they are not sweaty. They are just warm. They're eating some alfalfa right now. We're staying at kind of like a horse hotel ranch place, so that's where we are right now until we leave tomorrow to go run slack, and then we head back down to the other side of Texas after slack tomorrow. I had to refill their water like 3 times already today, which I'm so happy about. Normally when it's cold, they don't like to drink as well. I did put some salt on their feed to try and encourage them, and they're drinking really good, which I'm so happy about. I want to make sure they stay hydrated while we are on the road. Here they are just chilling. I do like that these stalls are really big, and we are going to add a few more shavings. Like I said, it was raining, so kind of all of this, I think it was really just dirt in these stalls. It had all kind of turned into mud, so I wanted to get some shavings in there to try and dry it out. And now it's time for a very, very, very freezing morning of feeding the ponies. Got my gloves.
pretty frozen.
Now it is the morning. We are going to go run slack. So before we get the horses loaded back up, I am going to clean this horse trailer. We pulled it up right to like their manure pile. Thankfully they did have that. So I scooped basically everything out. I don't want them trapped in that trailer with that ammonia smell. I don't want them standing on those wet shavings for very long at all. And I knew I'm going to be running at slack at Lubbock today at 1 p.m. and then immediately after that we're going to load up and drive literally back across the state of Texas to just below Houston or around Houston. So I know that these horses are going to be in this trailer for a while today, so I want to make sure it's really clean. You're going to see me pick all of this out and then we are going to add in some new fresh shavings for them. Go Rodeo. Nice shavings. Here Dakota is tacked up at the rodeo arena. I'm tightening that saddle. Before I get on, it was still pretty cold, so I did warm up in my big Junior Worlds jacket. There you can see Chester watching everything, of course supervising the slack this day. So I walk him over. I want to make sure he is good and warm, especially because the weather is colder. So I'm going to walk, trot, lope both ways for a really long time, making sure he's good, stretched out, and that his muscles are warm.
Are you thinking about it? This should be Sadie Miller right here. $18.06 for Sadie, $18.06.
So at that point, I was still really scared of big patterns on Dakota, and that really showed. We did not have the best run ever. I let my shoulders and feet get tense and behind me at the third, so that's what caused that. Now we drove all the way back across Texas and we stayed here for a few days. I gave him a day off, and then the next day I decided to work the barrels a little bit, not for him, more so for me, kind of practicing where I want to put him, where I need to put him, how I need to have my hands and everything. And all we had access to where we could put the barrels was this dressage arena. This is an eventing facility. Can you shut that? You have to shut the top up. I'm not going to go very fast on this grass at all, but at least this grass is very level. They ride out here all the time, so there's no holes or anything, and it's very safe. Again, I'm not going to go very fast. I'm really working on over finishing my barrels, making sure I get them past all of the barrels. This is a little smaller than what I would have liked, but I'm working with what I got. So I kind of just bump up the speed a little bit from that walk to that trot. He was getting really distracted, so anytime he would get really distracted, I would slow him down. I don't want to cause any problems over this. This is really just meant to be a very simple little practice. And whenever he decided to kind of go rogue, I would get onto him just a little bit. But he is really, really good. He's taking really good care of me. I just need to make sure I get him where he needs to be and that I get him listening. There was a lot better. I do want to two-hand the barrels on him some, so I don't know why I grabbed the horn there. Anyway, this little pass was really pretty, and after this I went and searched and found a Jackpot for us to go to while we were here for a little bit of downtime. I know I had several days between rodeos and I wanted to get just a little bit of practice in between. Once I was done with our little session, I get him untagged and into a wash rack where I'm going to cold hose him. I want to make sure I cool his legs off really good. I'm thankful to be back to a warmer part of Texas for sure. I hated the freezing weather. It wasn't super warm here, but it was much warmer than Lubbock was. I'm just going to really cold hose his legs, make sure I get any heat out of there, and I don't want any inflammation building up in there. So this is just really good to get those muscles cooled down. Today we're going to switch things up a little bit and go to a Jackpot that I found instead of a Rodeo. That way I can practice on Dakota without any sort of pressure. I've never had a horse that I've had to two-hand around the barrels, so it's completely foreign and new, and I really, really, really need to practice it because I know he can run super fast and win, but I have to not be scared for my life in order for that to happen. So I really need to go practice and just do it because that's the only way I am going to be able to just completely trust him is by really working on practicing and getting with him. While we are gone, Chester's going to get a big alfalfa bag and hang out in this really nice big stall that he's in. So I'm sure he's wondering what's become of his life, but as soon as I'm with Dakota, I will start running both of them at races. He's eating the fence right now. You ready to go make a run? Oh. Okay, I love you too. Chester's jealous. You'll get a treat later. I promise. I'm gonna try my best to put my hands down and let you do your job. I hope. we also have an exhibition, so I'll be able to get like a little practice cruise through before our real run, and I'm signing up when we get there, so I actually don't know when my draw will be, but I don't think it's just the biggest jackpot in the world.
Are a turd. Don't run me, you turd. Oh, there we go. You're famous. You're famous on the camera. Are you famous?
Dakota's being a big old brat, so he got a nice pen, and then we're in this huge field, so I'm letting Freely run some energy out since he's had to be in the car so much. Now it is time for us to warm up for our little exhibition. An exhibition is like a practice run. You just pay for the time or however many you want, and you get to go in there and practice or breeze, really whatever you want to do. So that's what we're going to do first this night at this Jackpot. So you can see I walked him, and now we are going to do some nice trotting and a lot of loping to really make sure he is going to be warm, because I am going to kind of breeze this exhibition, trying to keep my hands two-handed at least all the way into the barrels, if not all the way around the barrels. Okay, it is exhibition time. We were really fighting about what the speed was going to be. That is why we hit this first barrel. I was wanting to go slower. He was wanting to just really go smoke it. But we got ourselves kind of together here, and I figured it out, and we had a really good second and a really good third barrel. I was very happy with that. The first barrel was just us fighting over the speed a little bit, and he gave me a nice stop, which I love. I pet him, tell him he did awesome, and we go back to the trailer.
No, I mean, I know y'all were arguing, and you know, you hit the first, but I felt like much better.
I went in two-handed, got a little scared, grabbed the horn for maybe half a second.
Yeah, I saw that, and I think you can do that. It's just not too much. I felt like you two-handed all the way around the second.
I did.
Okay.
It's just gonna take being brave.
Yeah.
And I'm not yet brave.
You gotta work on being brave. Okay.
I'm not that brave.
Did he hit the barrel?
Yeah.
Okay. Just look at it and make sure. I don't think he hurt himself in any way, but
He was just mad.
oh, because you wouldn't let him run.
Yeah.
It's gonna be even worse the second time around.
I tried to make a lope circle out here and go in, and he I had to lope, and he went, whipped around to the alleyway. It was not going good.
He said you are not doing it right. What do you think about it? Huh?
Good run, there's your new leader, 15164, 151.
At Kia North Austin, we're lifting expectations of what a car dealership should be. Everything you need is at KiaNorthAustin.com. Shop our huge inventory and new in-stock vehicles. Custom pre-order the new Kia you want and reserve an inbound Kia arriving soon.
Good run, there's your new leader, 15164, 15164.
Dakota absolutely smoked it. Our first two barrels were much better. I just let my shoulders get back at the third, but he did win by, I believe, 4/10. So it was really, really good. And now we've made it to Lagoon, which is our next rodeo.
It's a little bit windy.
There's a giant pool, right behind that fence. We were able to completely fill up our water tank where we were staying, so we don't have to worry about the place providing water, because this is literally, it's a water park. It's a rodeo in a water park. Since it wasn't super hot and it was super windy, I left the horses in the horse trailer for us to set up the electric fence and start getting them water. That way they could be comfy in there eating their alfalfa bags instead of being out tied in the wind. But now that the pens are set up for them, it's time to get them out. Of course, Chester is first, so I'm going to back him out of the trailer and take him to his new home for the next 2 nights. I don't think he'll leave to go swimming. Now that Chester is settled in his makeshift little pasture, it's time to get Dakota out. You'll notice that he still has that hood on. Pretty much as soon as he's cooled off, when I'm done riding or running, I throw it back on. It really keeps those braids fresh. It keeps all of their forage and shavings and mud and dirt out of it, so I really don't have to clean his mane that often. You can see that giant stain on the side of it from where he tried to get his mane really dirty, but the hood did not let him. Now I'm going to fill up their water troughs. These hold about 2.5 buckets of water, so we always make sure they have plenty of water to be drinking. I never want them to stop drinking, and I want to make sure they stay very hydrated. We are now in Texas City, Texas, at the Lagoon, I think is how you're gonna say it. It's like a lagoon resort water park thing. I don't know. It's Texas's biggest crystal lagoon. So that's what that is. It's the only rodeo that's ever been here. It's brand new. So they just popped her up, built her real quick in a few days in a field. So that's what it is. It looks really nice though. It looks like the committee really did good. So I am in the performance tomorrow, the little matinee at 2. So today we're gonna go watch the performance this night at 7. There was already slack this morning while we were not here. So I know that the arena is like a 13-second, I'm gonna say, pattern. So it should be similar to Woodlawn, I think. I think it'll be really similar. So that's going to be a little bit exciting. I know Dakota is going to be so excited to be in another perf. And I'm excited too. We've been practicing really hard. So hopefully that can start paying off. He's done so good. It's so hard to believe that it has only been a month of pro rodeo. Because I feel like I've been doing this for 20 years so far. But I am excited. But I'm so excited to see how this year plays out. Okay. Do you want to smile for him? Okay. Hi. She's chill. I have to watch through the window to make sure they don't go anywhere, you know, to go run in the water park or anything. I feel like what you eat as a 20-year-old on the rodeo road who really doesn't know how to cook anything is what the whole girl dinner trend was truly about. I could make so many girl dinner videos. Okay, I'm talking. I present to you a almost gone bag of tortilla chips from H-E-B that I'm gonna put in the microwave and put some salt on it, and that's it. That's the meal. Can you sit down? Sit down. Perfect. Yeah. One thing you do need to know if you're gonna rodeo, okay, you can't park anywhere and be like, oh, I'm gonna park here and nobody's gonna block me in here because I parked here. It's a perfect spot. Nobody's gonna get in front of me. There is a road in front of me. I'm good. They will block you in. Rodeo people don't care. They don't discriminate. They don't care if it's a road. They're gonna block you in. So just keep that in mind if you're gonna rodeo. I did go and watch the slack the next morning just to kind of see everything, see how the dirt was, how people were running, everything like that. And then it was time to get my shirt ready for the performance this afternoon. So I'm getting my back number pinned on, and I thought these back numbers were really unique and super cute. They have those like little palm trees on them, and now I'm going to go warm up and I'm waiting for my run here. I think the tie down ropers were still going and Dakota is getting pumped. I'm trying really hard not to pull on him at all. I'm just trying to guide him to where he'll stay in a contained circle because he was pumped and very much ready to go. But we still had just a little bit while left to wait before it was our turn.
Hello, Arkansas. The cowgirl's name is Sadie Miller. Got to be faster than 15:34 to get in the top 5. Excuse me, 14:34.
Yeah, 14:34. No.
Her choice is her choice.
One barrel down. That's a penalty of 5 seconds. Gotta hit clean with 2 up. 1956.
Oh my gosh, guys. I slowed him way down being dumb and trying to sort of save that barrel, so I pulled on him and he slowed way down, and that was going to be a stinking 14.5 still. So that was kind of a heartbreaking first barrel, but the fact that we were that close to it makes me really happy since I have been kind of blowing the backside of it. I was so happy with this run. It was all so much prettier, and I could really see how I had been improving. It was a little heartbreaking because he was in it to win it, but we are ready to get him next time. Thank you guys so much for watching. It means a lot. Make sure if you like any of the things that you see me use in this video and you want to check out the links, I have all of my links in the comments section. And make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the next video because it will be coming out very soon. Bye!